for IELTS examination. You know that reading is a tough topic in IELTS. So every one of us is scared and fear of IELTS. So how can you achieve a better score like 35, 36 in IELTS reading? So many tips, tricks people will say, but none of will work if you don't know what is the meaning and if you don't have understand on English language. So I just open a website called, you can see in the website address bar, the nationalgeographic.com. So why I opened this tab to you, I'll say, like, you can see who was the Pinay Younger, why his account was the only way to survive Pompeii. So is it related to IELTS? Yes or no? But you know, the more you reading, the more you read, the more you will get benefited for your IELTS reading. So are if you want to truly a great score like 30 up, 30 up, I should say 35 up in the reading, you should always read. So people will say tricks, tips like scheme, scan. This is effective if this will be effective when we know the understanding and know the English well. So how can you improve? Like you have no grammar, you have no English vocabulary, you have English vocabulary problem. So is there any way to improve your IELTS reading? It's long term process. Like uh, if you have started IELTS journey, so you should spend your time at least 1 hour or 2 hour on something that will be benefited for you. Here you can see eyewitness to the tragic fate of Pompey, nephew of great naturalist, trusted public servant, okay, friend of emperors, famed chronicle of culture and politics of ancient Rome. Okay. Hmm. Who was he? His name was Pliny. Pliny, okay. The you can see who was he. It is said that he was a citizen of Pompeii and great naturalist. Like he's very, you can say, he was like a philosopher. So why am I showing this? If you read more and more, you can be familiar with the reading. Like IELTS reading is not something like that. It is special or anything. It is just a natural English reading. If you read more, you will get stronger in this field. So in the second paragraph, you can see that Plinny the Younger was all of above his account of what life was really like. He have withstood test of time. Okay. The statement and keen witness of daily life wrote careful collection of letters that offer rare detailed glimpses of bygone world. Still relied on by modern meters, Pliny the Younger's observation of historic events, daily life, give a precious look into Roman life. Okay. Main thing is here, Pliny was a popular and famous man, though he was not very famous, but he was famous in history. And he showed something to us that how was Roman life back then. You know that Roman Empire was one of the biggest empire in history. So if you want to know about Roman Empire, you can see his article, Pliny the Younger's article. So here you can think that why am I reading this? This is related to IELTS. Actually, I am saying this is related to IELTS. Like in the Cambridge, you can see there are a lot of texts like this, para by para. So if you are attending your IELTS exam and take the taking the IELTS exam, you can see any paragraph like this. There will be like this paragraph or little bit different, but there will be similar English like this. Not very advanced, not very easy. Just understand it. So if you read more medium or advanced article, like if you read newspaper, if you read article like this, it will make your understanding in English reading stronger. So what you should do to improve your IELTS reading? My advice is regularly you should pick up a topic and read it. Like, and you will say that I don't know what does the meaning. So why should I read it? Basically, if you read regularly, you will understand, you will be familiar with some new keywords, new words. So after time to time, you will check the translation of the keyword in your native language. Then uh, you will be understand the true meaning of the word or sentence. Like here you can see, uh, I am also don't know so many words. You can assume. Mm, like I know adapted, but what is adapted means? So if you read something like this regularly, you will get a word adapted very regular, like adapted. So you will think adapted, the word adapted is coming to me in regularly. So why shouldn't I check the translation of the word or meaning of the word? So you will search for it. Like what is adaptation? Adaptation is something you are adapting, you are taking. What does this mean? The young boy was adopted by his famous uncle. What does this mean? Don't know because you don't know adopted, but this sound familiar. His famous uncle did something to the young boy Pliny. So adopted means his famous uncle took care of his of that famous Pliny because maybe his father died. You can see died. So in the IELTS, what type of question you will find? You will not find what uh, was his old when his father when his father died. This is very common question. This type of question will not you will encounter in the IELTS reading. So what type of actually they will say true or false. They'll say like the young boy was adopted by his uncle. They will say in a line the question. You will link. Oh, there's a head here. So how should I? It has gone. So I was saying that the young boy was adopted by his famous uncle. You don't know the adapt word, but you can. You are sure that his famous uncle something to the Pliny. So what he did? Adopted means his famous uncle to take took care of his entire life when he was child because his father died then. Oh, what is uncle? Like if your father died, you will be taken care by your uncle or aunt. That's the thing. So now you're familiar with adapted word. So IELTS reading, what type of question you will encounter? They will say his uncle took care of Pliny when his father dies. You have to write is it true or false. So you have to tick in the true because adopted is similar to took care. Okay. Who was the mother of Roman Senate? And best known for his lengthy book, Natural History. Okay. There is so many type of question you will encounter. Like here, you will be given any fill in the gaps, which will be little tricky. They will use synonym, antonym, something like. So the main thing, what you should do, you should read every day. Read every day for English IELTS reading, not IELTS reading. If you want to be a good IELTS reading scorer, you have to read English. English reading is only way to get a good score in IELTS reading. Okay, without reading you cannot achieve anything. TH tricks will not be work in your journey of IELTS reading, and you can take the Cambridge question book. You can sometimes you should solve the question, but not every day. First, you have to have a deep understanding in English reading. Like let's say National Geographic. There are also other websites like New York Times, BBC. Uh, I'm not saying about English listening. That's why I am not extending this video longer. Just my advice is just read every day. Read English reading. Read English newspaper. Read English website. Read English article. Or whatever you like. Just read everyday English. That's the thing. Inshallah, you will get a good score in IRCT. Thanks for watching.